All righty. Well, thanks, Tony. I appreciate that. Again, my name is Eddie Kona. I am one of the co-founders and owners here at Profit Connect. And what we're going to be talking today is one of our crown jewel products. We are not a wealth services company. We are, by definition, actually, an artificial intelligence company. And our AI is used in several different products. The product that we'll be, of course, focusing on. When it comes to our wealth services, we began here a while back, and we were doing this with the Bank of America. And as we go through this, you'll understand that it is never getting the response of, that doesn't sound good enough. It's always, does that sound too good to be true? And so what we're going to go over is what we have as far as a product and who has joined us, who has vetted the company and the product, and some of those things, those questions that'll immediately come to your mind. As we've gone forward, of course, the Bank of America, we came into the industry, we came into what we were doing, it became very disruptive in the industry. And so we, of course, have been also now vetted, as you can see here, and joined by Chase, Wells Fargo, and Navy Federal Credit Union. And one of the biggest things besides the returns that I'll be talking to you about is actually the fact that your funds are in an FDIC insured account by one of these banks. Of course, the Navy Federal will also include from the credit union. Now, what this is, we're going to go over here, just a brief summary. First of all, our Wealth Builder products, it's not a purchase. We call it a purchase just for the ease of talking about it. But it really is, by definition, a deposit because the return comes back to you in its entirety, whatever you deposited, but also with your returns. But we call it a purchase because what you're doing, this is not a bank, this is not an account, it's not an investment. What it is you are purchasing time on our artificial intelligence supercomputer. We call it seat time. So that's what you're actually purchasing in order to get the returns that we're going to talk about. But again, we're going to use the word purchase when the actual definition is the deposit. Now, in a quarter three here coming up, we will be issuing our own Profit Connect Visa debit card that's going to come from Bank of America, which you can retrieve your withdrawals from on that card. Payments, commissions, things of that nature will be used on that card as well. A couple of things here. We always have our famous 30-day money-back guarantee. On the Wealth Builder, it is not a 30-day money-back guarantee. It is, in fact, an anytime money-back guarantee. Now, that means that anytime that you need your money back, you can, in fact, say, give me my money back, and we will return it to you, no questions asked. Now, we will, in fact, tell you what you'll be missing in regards to returns and interest being provided, not withdrawing properly. But we will certainly, without question, return your money to you upon request. Now, that is something, again, it says 30-day money-back guarantee, but please know, and it is in the writings of our transparency page, that is now an anytime money-back guarantee. Now, there are no fees to open this, no monthly fees. There is the no hassle guarantee, as I said, there's no transfer fee. We actually will allow this purchase to take place through bank wires, checks, cash, PayPal, Bitcoin. We make it pretty easy to make the purchase. Now, what we're going to talk about here is the fact that out in the normal market, and let's see if I can get the screen a little bit smaller so that it fits on the screen. There we go. The normal account that you see, savings account, and I think this is very generous that they are 2.4%. I know that a lot of us experience checking and savings accounts at 1%, less than 1%. So when we start talking to you about the fact that we will provide a fixed return that is compounded monthly from 15% to 30%, I know the eyebrows get raised. So we're going to talk about all of that. First, we're going to go over and talk about how this is done. Again, it is not an investment. It is a return after you have purchased time on our supercomputer seat. And what happens when you go into a bank, a lot of these people that I've talked to have said, why is it that you can give such large returns, so much larger than the banks. And one of the questions that I like to ask in return is, well, don't you know that the banks make this kind of return as well?
This would be a fun scene to film.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, you guys, I know that's a little bit, you're like, oh, okay, chocolates, what? The whole thing I want to share with you guys there is the assembly line effect. Okay. So what we do as a company, as wealth builders, is we actually process crypto transactions. Okay. So I'm going to share something else with you to show you what the chocolates are. Okay. Okay. So what you guys see here is the chocolates coming down the assembly line. Everything you see here is a transaction that is happening in real time. Now, this transaction is on Bitcoin, so you're going to see these are larger. It's Bitcoin. Anybody can download this. You just go to blockchain.com and you can see it. So what this is you can see that these transactions, like there's a big one, $265,000 that was in this hash code right here. Okay, that transaction was sent. We don't know what it was for. It could be somebody that could buy a home. It could be somebody that's investing into other things. We don't know what that transaction is, and we don't care. But what we do as a company, in a nutshell, is we process these transactions, all right? So they're the chocolates coming down the assembly line. Now, a lot of companies are just like what you saw in that video, where they're just taking anything they can get. They're just grabbing every chocolate that they can. They're grabbing every one that they can, but they don't know what's inside that chocolate. When I mean inside, I'm talking about, for us, it's the dollar amount, okay? Now, with AI, artificial intelligence, and we have a system that we've developed over the last 2 years, you guys, this has been ongoing longer than that, but the AI that we use, that we have developed, can bring in millions of these hash codes like this, say from a third-party company out there that has retained us to process these transactions. And it can quickly look at these transactions and say, okay, because it's a learning system, it can look at that and go, well, there's a high probability that there's $12,000 in that hash code, and we're not looking for the ones that are $7.50. Okay, so we're looking for the big transactions that go through. Now, when these transactions go through, we use AI to determine that, which helps the speed ratio, right? So as a company, we typically get paid as a company between 1% and 6% per transaction. Now, when that is done, that's how we make our money as a company. Now, those that are involved with us, you're coming in, your funds are then put into your bank accounts and so on. We leverage those lines that we go after with the bank accounts. We leverage that so that we can get large blocks and these relationships with these companies, okay? So what we're looking for is the companies that are out there that are processing all those chocolates, but they're not doing it quick enough, okay? They're not doing it in a timely manner because they want to be able to do it quicker so they can, in turn, make a larger percentage. So I've got something I'm going to share with you guys. And this is like I say, I'm all about visuals. So if you guys know what these are, do you see these little, they're a sphere. Okay, so these spheres are like the chocolates.
Still looking at blockchain.com, Eric, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. There, now you can see. Can you see me? Okay. Okay. So these are spheres that are coming along. We use these as visuals, all right? We got multiple spheres that are coming down, and we don't know what's in this until we open it up. All right, so let's say this sphere is coming along, and it's costs us, let's say it's $9 to open this up. Let's say it's $9. We get this hash code, it comes in, we open it up. Oh, but there was only a dollar bill in there. Is that productive for us? No, not at all. Because what we did, we lost money on this transaction. We don't want that one. Okay. So how do we determine that we're keeping those transactions away from us? We use the AI. Okay. The AI has learned over time the codes that are coming through, and it knows more or less what is in those. So it can go out and say, all right, we don't want anything that's less than the break even. Okay, so this one comes down the pipe now. It opens up. Well, what's in this one? $10 bill. Is that still worth doing for $1? No, it's not. So we throw that one away. We wouldn't accept that one. Now this one, I like green because it's money. This one comes down the pipe, right? And it opens up. Oh, 220s fell out of this one. Now, is this one worth doing? Yes, this one's worth doing because we're making money on the transaction, okay? We're covering our fees, we're covering our percentages to those that are involved with us, but then we're also making money on it as a company, okay? So that's what we do is we like looking for these that are coming on. We can open them up and see what's in there. If we don't like it, we close it and we send it down the line to another company that will do it for whatever, a break even or so on, all right? So that's why we do that. Now, what is extremely exciting about what we're doing is where we are now to where we are going, okay? So as a company, and I'll share this with you because I want everybody to know this. We are this month going to be opening our new data center. So our new data center is going to, and visually, I don't have a picture that I can share with you guys yet that has been approved yet, but I will have pictures and I will share all this with you. We have a new corporate office here in Las Vegas that we just opened up. If anybody knows Las Vegas, there's a place called Town Square. Town Square is kind of where the elite like to go. They like to eat. They like to socialize. They like to be around. Okay. And there's a reason why we picked that office there is because it gets a lot of notoriety. When people are walking around, they're like, what is Profit Connect? Well, and it draws people in. So we intentionally did it that way, but not to sidetrack from that. We are now also opening our new data center. Okay. Now our data center, you guys, is state of the art. We have two quantum computers that are going to be installed into there. Now, if anybody knows what quantum computers are, let me give you a real quick explanation that was given to me how it is. So let's say with our AI, you could put a 1,000,000-piece puzzle in front of you. Okay, and that would be a lot of pieces. All right, and you're looking at this and go, there's a pile of pieces. That AI could look at that and go, okay, you know what? I'm going to go to town on this thing, and it would take probably say about 15 to 30 minutes for it to process all 1,000,000 pieces and to be able to put that puzzle together. To give you an idea how quick quantum is, it would be able to take a 10,000,000-piece puzzle like that, same big pile like that, and do it in a fraction of a second. Just boom, put it all together that quickly. That's what quantum is. Quantum is extremely fast in combination. So it's a perfect marriage with the AI and our quantum computing coming together to be able to process these transactions. Now, I ask you, why are we doing it this way? Time. We're doing it for time. And when we do time, you guys, it lowers the cost per dollar to do these, to open these up. Okay. Now, I want to give you an idea. If people ask me this all the time, well, do you think transactions are going to run out? No. If you look at the Pacific Ocean out there, and you've got billions and billions and billions of fish in that Pacific Ocean, and you're in a little ship, you're going out there, are you going to catch all those? No. We don't want the little ones. We want the big ones. Okay. So that's what we're in. We're in the Pacific Ocean out there in our boat going along. But what makes us unique, you guys, is the combination of utilizing our AI with our quantum computing in being able to go in and process these transactions. Okay. We are no different than if you took a $100 bill into your bank and you gave it to the teller. What is she going to do with it? She's going to process that transaction and put it into an account. Okay. We're no different than that. So we're playing on the bank side, doing these transactions over and over and over and over again. And I'm going to show you another screen here to give you an idea how big this market is. So what this is, you guys, is this is a website that anybody can log into. You can see this, but it shows you the countries and the transactions that are taking place. We do these transactions, you guys, worldwide. We're not just doing them for the United States. But you can see here that every one of these transactions coming here, what are they? They're a chocolate. Okay, you got the little tiny chocolates. That's not the ones we're looking for. We're looking for these big ones like this that are coming through. So our system looks at that, and we do that worldwide. So for instance, say there's a company, hypothetically, there's a company like Coinbase. Coinbase utilizes us. We have a contract with a company like that, that comes to us and says, okay, we've got all these transactions coming through. We want you to be able to process those for us. Well, that's what we do, is we process those transactions, have that agreement with a company. They make their money, and we also make our money, but we do it quicker than anybody else is out there. Really, competition-wise, there's only maybe one company that I would even say that's even somewhat competing with us. And guess where they're at? They're in China. Okay. So the way that we do it makes us extremely unique in how we do it. And the process, the way we approach it is all ours. Nobody owns us. We are a completely debt-free company, and we own all of our technology. So nobody can copy us and duplicate what we're doing. So that makes us very, very unique. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys to keep it in the time frame. Hopefully that helps.
What if you could get the same rate of return, whether the markets are up or whether the markets are down? What if you get, if not the same rate of return, but a much, much higher rate of return? Our products and our platform are not dependent upon the markets. It does not matter if the markets are up. It does not matter if the markets are down. You are locked into a fixed APR. And it's a very, very, very aggressive and profitable APR. And we're going to talk about that even more so as we move on here. But on top of everything else, what really, 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 truly sets us apart is the fact that everything that you put in and every profit that it earns is 100% FDIC insured and NCUA insured through the Navy Federal Credit Union. Okay. And in my opinion, this really proves three things. One, you can only imagine how much of a background check these banks did if they're going to partner up with us, if they're going to put their name, stamp their name with us and offer contracts with us and offer FDIC insurance. You know, they did a very extensive background check, especially the Navy Federal Credit Union. I mean, you got to think about that. That's on the federal level at this point. All right. It's not just a private bank or even a publicly traded bank. This is a federal credit union. They did a very extensive background check. So that just proves that who we are is legit. What we're doing is legit. It also proves that these banks and these credit unions know that these types of returns are real and probable, because they wouldn't offer FDIC insurance if they didn't think it was, right? And then also every now and then you have people that question, well, how do I know for sure that you even have contracts and partnerships with these banks? Well, we have been promoting this platform now for 14 months. We've been promoting the fact that we have contracts and FDIC insurance through these financial institutions for over 14 months. We're not hiding it from anybody. We've even had third-party individuals go and talk to upper management if they have contacts at upper management, like high up management at any one of these financial institutions. Every one of them have come back with confirmation that yes, this is real, but also the banks know what we're doing. The banks know that we are promoting them as a partner. The banks know that we're promoting them as a financial institution offering our customers 100% FDIC insurance. Do you really believe that we would still be open as a company, that their website or that their logos would be on our website, and that our management team, our CEO, our founders, our board of directors, they would mostly probably be in jail for fraud at this point? But the fact that we're still in business, we're still online, we're still promoting this, just kind of proves that all of this is real, all right? So just kind of to put maybe some of your skepticism aside, I think the fact that we've partnered with these banks and the fact that they're offering FDIC insurance really should put your mind at ease about that. And to take it even one step further, These banks are going to be offering our services through their branches. The first one to do so is going to be HSBC. So your deposit, even from the time they receive it to the time that it's deposited into an FDIC insured account, it's still guaranteed and backed by cryptocurrency. That's why we have and can offer a 100% anytime money back guarantee, because your funds are always safe, secure, and guaranteed. Not really, there's really never a time where it's at any risk, okay? So then what happens is every month your account is growing and compounding month after month after month, because depending on the plan that you choose, it compounds monthly. So let's say you use the 20% plan, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Let's say you use a 20% plan, that's divided by 12, it's about 1.67%. So your account grows and compounds every month at 1.67%. If you're a 30% VIP customer or client, you're earning 2.5% a month, compounded month after month after month. So at the end of each month, the profits that it earned during that month are then deposited into the FDIC insured account, and now that is safe, secure, and guaranteed as well. The only profits or the only funds that are not guaranteed at any one particular time are the profits that it's earning during the current month. Once the month closes out, it's deposited into the FDIC insured account, safe, secure, guaranteed, never be touched ever again. And you have access to that, okay? It's really pretty neat. And to take things to a whole other level, we don't even charge fees. We don't need to charge fees. We're very, very profitable. We don't need your money. We don't need to charge fees for your money. We don't charge deposit fees, monthly maintenance fees, annual maintenance fees, management fees. We don't charge any kind of withdrawal fees, early cash out fees, no penalties, nothing. We don't charge any fees or penalties whatsoever. It's your money. It's 100% your money. You have access to that money anytime you want to. You can cash out. You can take quarterly withdrawals depending on the plan that you participate in. It's a phenomenal plan. It really, truly is. We're even opening up customer branch offices around the country. Our first one's going to be opening in Vegas. It will be open once this quarantine is lifted. At the time of this recording, we're going through the coronavirus quarantine period of time. Once that's lifted, we will be able to open up our customer branch office in Las Vegas. This is right on Las Vegas Boulevard, a very prominent area of Vegas. And we're going to be opening these up all over the country. And we don't need to charge fees, because if you see this little contraption over here, I'm going to zoom in on it. This here is a miniature version of our crypto mining machine. It's not completely done. This is a cylinder. And then in here is our proprietary machine cooling liquid that we're going to dump into the cylinder. And then we drop these circuit boards, these computer circuit boards down in there. And the liquid, it's a liquid that does not conduct electricity. So you can drop circuit boards right in it. Keeps it very, very cool. And then down here is going to be a refrigeration unit that keeps the liquid cool, which keeps the circuit boards cool. And this thing is going to crypto mine. And the profits that this thing is going to earn will pay for the entire location. Pays for the rent, utilities, insurance, payroll of all the employees that work there. And every single one of our branch offices around the country is going to have one of these units in the branch office, paying for the branch office. Really, really, really pretty cool. Now, how do you take advantage of this? There's a bunch of different options you can take advantage of. The one that most people use is the 20% unlimited plan. Again, you can deposit as little as $1,000. You can go all the way up to $1 million. And if you have more, we can do that. But most people, if they have more than, honestly, if they have more than 500,000, they choose our VIP plan, because that's going to get them 30%. The biggest difference between these two plans, obviously one is 30%, one is 20%, but the other one is the 20% unlimited. You can take quarterly withdrawals from that if you want to, whereas a 30% VIP plan has a 24-month term. So you have to let it sit there and grow and compound for 24 months before you can start taking withdrawals. We also have a home equity plan. This is a matching plan. So you put in 50% of the funds up front, and depending on available equity that you have in a property, it's all based on Bank of America review, Profit Connect will match that deposit. So they'll put the other 50% in. So let's say you put 100 grand in, and let's say you have 100 grand in available equity, and you want to use that. Profit Connect will put another 100 grand in. So your Profit Connect Wealth Builder account will now have $200,000 in it. We could talk more in detail about that if you have questions. It's a phenomenal plan. It's a great way to double up your deposit and earn 20%. And again, that's only a 20% plan, no matter how much you put in. So even if you deposit 500 grand, if you're using the home equity plan, it's still only 20%. Just think about it. Profit Connect is already matching that, or giving you 100% match on that on the front end.